Okay, in this video, I'm gonna talk more about OSPF DR and BDR. So DR, designated router, and BDR, backup designated router. So let's take a look at the topology right here. So we have one segment. One segment equals to one subnet per one subnet. So in this case, this is just a one subnet. Sorry about the rain. And of course, four routers connected to a layer 2 switch. And R4 is connected to R5 via serial link, and R5 is connected to R6 using Ethernet link. So let's talk about how DR and BDR are elected. So as you can see here, this is the DR election process. And DR election is based on the highest priority ID, and priority ID, and the range of the priority ID is 0 through 255. Default is 1 and 0, meaning that if the router has a priority of 0, it will not participate in the DR or BDR election. It will be a draw to routers. And this is how you would configure your priority. So this is in the interface configuration or under the interface subcommand. So IP OSPF priority and the value. Like I said, this is default to 1. And the second criteria is highest router ID. If the priority ID is set to default, which is, like I said earlier, is 1, then the election process will be based on the highest router ID. So this is how you will specify your router ID. This is under the OSPF router subcommand, router ID and then the value. And if there's no router ID configured, then the next router ID will be the up look back interface. And please take note that even if the look back interface is not enabled for OSPF, it will be the router ID of that router used for OSPF. And the last one is up and look back interface, and that's the physical interface that is up. So if there's no look back interface configured, then the router ID will look at the physical interface or non-look back interface. So yeah, let's go back here. So as you can see, like I said earlier, these routers are on the same subnet. R1 has an IP address of 10.1.1.1, R2.2, R3.3, and R4.4. So in this case, let's just assume that I've already configured the priority ID of this router here, of these routers here, and R1 has priority ID of 100, R2 50, R3 default, which is 0, and R4 is 0, which eliminates it from participating in DR and BDR election process. So of course, like I said earlier here, R1 will be the DR because it has a priority ID of 100, the highest priority in the segment, and BDR is the BDR. I mean, in R2 is BDR because it has the second highest priority ID, and R3 is 1. So these router here, R3 and R4, will be the driver routers because they have the lowest, they have lower priority IDs compared to R1 and R2. And by the way, R1 and R2 will have full neighborship between R4 and R3, but R3 and R4 will not have full neighbor relationship between each other because they are just driver routers. And if you do show IP OSPF neighbors on these routers, it will show that they just have two-way state, state of two-way, not full, because they don't exchange routes between each other. But here, if you do on R1, if you do a show IP OSPF neighbor, you will see that it will have full full neighborships between all the routers, and same thing on R2. So yeah, so this is how you would, like I said earlier, you would verify the state or status of the routers. Show IP OSPF neighbor, and another verification command is show IP OSPF interface brief. So yeah, that's it in this video. Thanks for watching.